Welcome to another episode of Conscious Reconstruction. I was getting my life, and Charles tried to just make me start a show.
Thrust this apart. I asked ready, and no one said anything.
So that's not a yes. You're like a rapist.
What?
He ain't gonna cut him out. Nah.
You gonna ask if a woman you want to have some sex and she don't give you no answer, she just make that weird face like,
no. Yes.
Face. No, ain't no face. See, clearly that's just over here.
You literally shook your head yes.
No, I was looking at the thing. I wasn't even looking at you.
I said, all right, we ready?
She turned her head away. You take that as a yeah, and just slide dick in.
I look at you. Okay, shake your head.
Does not give consent, Charles.
A shake of the head, yes, and looking at me, he does. And then I started to count down.
I do remember him saying, hold up, so I just assumed.
I did not hear hold up.
I did. He was like, wait. I knew he wanted to listen to the whole song first.
Did you want to listen to the whole song?
Because he was like, he did. I think he even did the hairdressing too.
Yeah, I did. Exactly.
You be doing random hand stuff anyway.
Charles this was a clear indication.
And Charles just decided that.
But that's the thing. I received
what I wanted to do.
It's just like,
this. Listen, I'm gonna get this to Tony. He really did this. Like,
that is confusing to me. You were shaking your head, yes, and then
I was vibing with the music. I said, hold on.
I know what that universally doesn't mean. I'm vibing. Wait till the song go off. I understood.
And Charles
I did not understand that at all.
A rapist is over here just going.
Why do you keep making this terrible analogy?
Because that's how I feel.
This is terrible. Stop it.
I guess I should put a trigger warning and get that episode
Let's
description.
just not call Charles that. How about we do that? Charles is forceful. Charles could be a terrorist, but not the other one.
I'm not a terrorist. No way.
I didn't say he was. I said like. I compared it to. It's similar.
Oh, that's not even something I want to be tangentially attacked to.
We don't want those words.
All right.
That's like calling me a fuckboy, except for a billion times worse.
I was gonna say, I feel like you could be a fuckboy and that not be like that. Like, you don't have to be that type of person to be a fuckboy.
Yeah, it's separate.
Yeah.
I agree.
I mean, I feel like you are a fuckboy if you are that type of person.
You pass a fuckboy now.
But I feel like you've crashed the fuckboy Rubicon.
Yeah, you a rapist, basically.
But you not. Just because you're a fuckboy doesn't make you a rapist. Like,
this is true. Let's just.
I just want to make that clear. Like,
if you go out of fuckboy territory when you start raping bitches, that's when you.
Anybody, really.
Yeah, you've outed that and you've now given yourself a new term. You are now Rapey McGee.
Yeah.
This is good as shit. The fuck? I was sleeping on iced tea peach?
You really like this?
Really.
I'm not the biggest of fans.
I am. I thought it was gonna taste like ass because
it's not good. Yeah, I don't like the peach
will tend to taste like
that's how I feel about it.
Booty sometimes, but this,
no,
you're into something, man.
I feel the same way.
Yeah, peach could be real tricky.
Yes,
that's pretty good to me.
Oh no, Tony doesn't like my Lipton peach.
No,
I fuck with it.
You don't have to.
That's how I poured it in the thing because I can sip slowly. Like I can take a, and then as my mouth gets dry, sip
you don't
it
have
and
to drink
continue.
it, Tony.
Oh no, but I figured that I need something to keep my mouth from being dry. So
hell yeah, my lips feeling hella Sahara right now.
You know, I don't ever have to worry about Tony subjecting himself to something that he doesn't want to be.
This is true. We can depend on
it's just
this
like,
nigga
you know what?
To be like,
you don't have to drink it, Tony.
Like this.
And then I think about it like, who the fuck am I talking to?
I'm not continuing
If I give Tony something and he does not like it, he will throw it away.
Yeah, no,
or say, do you want this back?
Hey, yeah, do you want this? Because I'm not going to drink the rest of this. And I'm going to throw it away. And I know how people are about like wasting food.
Yup. I had to get myself in that mindset when I would just keep eating some shit I don't like. And I think before I met you, it was unconscious until I start hanging around you and realizing I can say no.
No, I don't want that. I don't like this.
We're stopping.
This is
like, because I'll try different
stop
things.
And throw this away.
Yep. Yeah. I'm so like, oh, you don't want to waste it.
I forget there are reasons that I don't like it.
People be like, oh, I don't want to waste the food, so I'm going to just eat it.
So I'm going to just eat it.
I'm not going to.
You are silly.
Because of the way my stomach is, I am not going to subject myself to something that I possibly even think that is going to mess up my stomach.
Listen.
Like, I don't eat chicken nuggets or anything like pre-made chicken nuggets or anything like that anymore.
Okay.
And I messed around. And I didn't accidentally buy. It's just like, oh, there's these chicken patties. I'm going to buy these chicken patties. And
no, but all right. Do you like potato salad?
No. Anything with mayo, fuck it.
Do you like
The abomination of the world.
Chicken dip.
No.
I don't know other things. You like macaroni and cheese.
Reasonably, depending upon who makes it. If it has breadcrumbs on it, you could set that shit on fire.
All right, so
set it on fire, Charles. It's not.
You've wasted my time.
This nigga feels strongly about mac. He tried to sit here and be reasonably so. I think I'm impartial to it.
You went to like a nice restaurant and ordered macaroni and cheese, and they just had a layer of breadcrumbs on it.
What nice? First things first. What nice restaurant am I going to that they're serving macaroni and cheese?
This nigga is passionate about macaroni and cheese.
It's just like first things first. The amount of melanin or how directly south I am dictates where I'm ordering certain things from. If I go to a nice restaurant in Cleveland, they have macaroni and cheese. It is never gonna cross the Rubicon in my mind to possibly order it.
No. I don't care about any of that, Charles.
What?
Go back to where I brought you in my hypothetical. And what you need to do on your own is supply the background for where you would be, for where this would happen.
I would never allow that circumstance to happen.
If that's important for you. You would order macaroni and cheese if you were in the South. You just said that.
Yeah.
So all right, well, then put yourself in the South.
That's never going to naturally happen in the South. That's not the way to make macaroni and cheese in the South. I don't care about that, Charles.
What you're doing is being arbitrary.
That's not arbitrary at all.
All I need to do is get you to something that you do eat. It has breadcrumbs on it. You spend a decent little bit on this side.
I'm not eating it.
Okay, that's all I want to know. See how simple that was?
I'm probably going to send it back and get something else because this is a nice restaurant.
That's all I want to know is because some people would be like, well, I ordered and I'm going to just go ahead and eat this. Or they'll buy something from the grocery store and it'll have like carrots in it. And they're like, I don't really like carrots, but
yeah,
I'll eat it anyway.
No, I learned to just throw it away. Or like my family got a weird thing where just because like they'll overcook because they had to cook for 5 people and we don't have the dogs no more to feed like the leftovers to. So they still putting leftovers in the refrigerator and it's there for 3-4 days until it starts growing shit on it. Like, just throw it away. Ain't nobody gonna eat this shit. Don't nobody give a fuck about it.
Y'all gotta change the way you guys cook.
Yeah, but it's like that. I remember when I moved out and I had to scale back my cooking because I was cooking for a family of 5 at one point and didn't realize I don't have to cook that much anymore.
I guess that's the weird thing about the way I cook. I actually count things as I cook them. So it's like, all right, everybody needs a chicken breast.
Right.
So 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever. Because my numbers will be very variable for a very long time because because like at one point my sister lived across the walkway and then she didn't live across the walkway. And then there was 3 of us inside the house. And then there was 4 of us inside the house. And then sometimes we cook for both my grandparents and sometimes we don't cook for my grandparents.
For some reason, this has been kind of not double, but it's always a little more than what you think. For some reason, that's just how we always cooked. But now I'm back into that thinking when I do cook for the family, just overcook for some reason. But when I'm cooking for just me and Riley, it's usually not leftovers. But if I'm cooking for them, I get myself back into the mode. I don't know why.
Well, there's like 3 more people. Right. And you don't know who's going to eat what. But it's like, there's also certain things that I cook that get cooked that there's never really leftovers of. Like, I don't know, pot roast.
I don't eat leftovers.
You think it's ghetto?
No, you just don't eat leftovers.
No, they're nasty.
I think that there's some things that they get made as leftovers. They get better, like candied yams.
I eat leftover Thanksgiving food and chili.
It's just like those are things that get better with time.
I think Plaza's like
I know. I just really like them, and they kind of taste the same when you heat them up. Everything else don't be as like hidden the same.
Leftover barbecue is fine with me.
I mean,
burgers, hot dogs.
Yeah, I guess I consider that like taking a plate though. More so than like leftovers. Leftovers is like
there's more enough.
Chicken casserole.
Yeah. Like I'm not eating that. Or like y'all made pork chops and you got a little mashed potato and a pork chop. No, I'm not doing. Throw that shit away. Or
well, at that point, a little bit of mashed potatoes and like the smallest pork chop. Like, this is a lie. That's what this is.
No, leftovers got a 1 day window for me. I don't really care much about what's happening. If I liked it, I'll eat it. But it got the second day, something about it, you'd be like, what? This is not happening on day 2. Especially not Thanksgiving leftovers, nigga. You still eating Thanksgiving leftovers on a Monday? You need to call the fucking cops.
Whoa. Oh, y'all better call the cops on me.
You
crossed the line. Call the cops on me.
Nah, I going to jail. What the fuck? Y'all still eating that shit on Monday? Still banging on that bad boy? What?
You might catch me on that Thursday.
No. Well, one, none of the Thanksgiving food that we make is going to last that long. Because, like, when there's Thanksgiving leftovers are more than likely is just like, all right, it's Thanksgiving. What you about to do? I'm going to eat breakfast. I'm going to eat Thanksgiving leftovers for lunch, and I'm going to eat them for dinner. And it's just like...
That's what I'm saying. You got 500 fucking meals. I don't like Thanksgiving. I don't know if I know this.
You can eat something different for Thanksgiving.
I don't like Thanksgiving, but niggas around me don't want to eat nothing for Thanksgiving. I don't like that everything is closed. It's a weird time. And this Thanksgiving, I'm not being in this country this year because I hate it so fucking much. I don't know what it is about Thanksgiving.
Let's go up to Canada.
Yeah, I don't know. Wherever they don't celebrate this shit at, I am leaving.
Everywhere
I don't
else,
like it. But thanks for me to eat that fucking food. 5 days later, oh my fucking God. No, I gotta do something different.
My family has a weird Thanksgiving. Like, we don't eat turkey, we eat Cornish hens. We do dressing.
It's the same thing every fucking year. Nobody don't go nowhere. And then I can't do it. I don't like Thanksgiving. That is my least favorite holiday of the year. Or that, no, I actually really don't like the 4th of July. So that's right up under it. 4th of July is my least favorite holiday.
That's just explosion day.
No, I don't like it.
I don't understand why. It's just like, the 4th of July, it's so great.
Yeah, I don't like the 4th of July at all. I'd rather eat Thanksgiving food than be out there with them loud ass things.
That's a great grilling day, though. Delicious barbecue.
I'm not, no.
I don't care about y'all holidays. I'm going to be honest with you. You two niggas just go on a tangent about fucking holidays.
Yeah.
What's wrong with y'all?
This is what you...
This nigga sitting up here cheesing it the fuck up because he knows he's led us here.
So, we're going to talk about something that's more interesting than your holidays. All I know is I was following this thing. I was like, all right, we got to change this.
We right here. We understand. Yeah, we do. Okay. All right, cool.
This nigga's going to give me a migraine.
Y'all not going to fight me, though. That's what I know. So
we understand. We met eye to eye at this particular moment. I'm glad you was here for this.
It's gonna be
I'm so glad you was here for this.
Cuffs. Shut the fuck up.
I'm glad you was here for this.
Because I can be like Will Smith.
Okay.
You want to be like Will Smith?
Yeah. I love Will Smith.
Oh, Bad Boys 4 is on hiatus because of that.
That's okay.
Let's come out with Bad Boys 4.
There were.
Never come out with Fast and Loose.
Ugh, that sounds like a porn name.
Yep.
That sounds like all the things that you don't really want inside of.
It was Netflix and Sony.
Fast and Loose? That sounds nasty. I know you're just reporting. I know. I understand. I don't know.
Go to Sony and go to your boy Sony and be like, ugh, that's nasty.
Okay, because I'm like, y'all are telling me that y'all think this is terrible. And I'm like, I don't control this. I know what it's called, but
that sounds like real close to soft and moist. I don't know. No, that's not
moist.
Yeah,
that is moist. Hey, that could be the porn version of it.
Soft and moist.
Fast and loose.
What was that?
Soft and moist.
That's on our porn site. Oh my God.
Dewy.
Mm-hmm. Anyway, how do y'all feel about the
slap her around the world?
Yeah. Thoughts, opinions.
Jesus Christ. This has gone like full circle as of now. Because like this is people are making this about a lot more than just Will Smith slapping Chris Rock.
Oh, white people, y'all gotta shut the fuck up.
This traumatized me.
Shut the fuck.
That's what people are saying?
Oh, there are some people who are saying
all
that.
of you
Amy
white
Schumer.
people.
What are the white people saying?
Jim Carrey. Shut
retired.
the fuck up.
Jim Carrey retired?
Yeah.
He came out and said that he would have sued Will Smith for $200 million and that a dignity or a disrespect is going to last on the internet forever. And
I mean, he's not wrong.
No, he's not. That's going to be a meme. That's going to be the harken
talking about
back
my
to
wife.
days.
It's going to last on the internet forever as well. So her mental health could be continuously affected by this. So let's see how much we can rack up if we really want to do that. Let's play. We can play this game.
Oh, one's suable, one's not.
Not necessarily true. If I can show how you directly cause a decline in my mental health, I can sue you.
Yep. But one's easier to prove.
I got lawyers and we got a lot of money.
So does Chris Rock.
So we can, but then now we're playing games. So we can play these games or we could both leave each other alone.
It's like,
because all we're going to do is spend a lot of money.
One person could actually have some type of actual criminal file out, like have criminal charges filed against them, and one person can't.
And
it's like,
what does that have to do with anything?
And once you start getting anything criminal involved in things, and if you're dealing with two black people, more than likely the people at nauseam are going to side with the person who doesn't have the criminal record.
Oh, no, that's fine. Because I'm not going to be the person suing you. It's going to be my wife who doesn't have the criminal record and is going to be a sympathetic crying woman with a medical illness.
She already has a terrible public perception. And that's pretty much inescapable.
The alopecia community was really offended by Chris Rock, especially since he's put out a special called Hair and talked about how he made that because his daughter was going through school and was having hair identity issues and didn't understand that. So there's a direct correlation to you understanding and this being malicious. So I can also prove intent with you targeting me in 2016. So this isn't the first time that you've singled me out.
Okay.
I didn't know they had history.
No, that's also one of the things that came out because those two, they don't have the
Will
original.
Smith and Chris Rock, or Jada and Chris Rock, or
all
both
of
them.
So in 2016 when it was boycott the Oscars So White.
Yeah.
Basically Will Smith, Jada, and some other black actors were like the spearhead of that, and Chris Rock went on and basically said that Jada boycotting the Oscars is like him boycotting Rihanna's panties. You can't boycott somewhere you wasn't invited to.
Oh.
Which is a funny joke, but if our greater message is the Oscars don't recognize black talent and black voices, and you, a black man, come up here and shit on the people that are black and speaking out against that, it's kind of weird, and I'll probably feel away. So, and also keep my wife's name out your mouth. It's the first time you've spoken about her. All right. Now I'm sitting in front of you. This is the second time you've spoken about my wife.
Well, one is speaking inside of professional capacity.
Which one?
The first one. Because what about that joke was like incorrect?
I didn't say the joke was incorrect. I said that you probably shouldn't attempt to tear down black people who are trying to uplift other blacks. And that's their main messaging by making a joke out of their boycott.
Oh, I mean, as far as I see, it's kind of like, well, True. You shouldn't necessarily tear down other black people, but is like boycotting it 1 year, then coming back the next 3 years really doesn't particular. It's like
there was a noticeable change after the boycott. A lot more black and voices of color get recognized now because of that. So if we did the work and then it worked, we're not supposed to enjoy the fruits of our labor?
Oh,
that's weird.
I mean, I don't necessarily see that large of an effect.
I'd say I noticed a different shift. I noticed the shift.
Like what percentage?
But not in Oscars. I would say like the entertainment industry as a whole is harping on the inclusivity train.
But are they doing it because it's profitable, or are they doing it because it's right?
We can't really discern the two, because they've gone so many years afterwards. And I could say, is it a clear difference? Am I going to say it's because of that? I'm not 100% sure, but I will say that before and after is recognizable to me. But I'm not sure if that was like the main cause, like, oh, they were responsible.
We don't have to say it's the main cause. We can just say it was one of the factors that was involved in the decision to make it. But regardless of whether it was the main factor or not, we're trying to do something to uplift our people in this space, which is not really your space. You dabble in this space, but your space is like stand-up comedic routines and going on tour. Like that's where your world realistically resides. And you dabble in movies because you're a famous enough comic to land movie roles. And they're generally based on like your comedy as well. And inside of those roles. So it's not really the same. You're not looking for like an Oscar or looking at this as like your like main craft like we do. So if we want to boycott, and we do boycott, and it's not just us, it's a plethora of black people boycott it. So but it also feels like it was personal. If you do it again in our face and it comes out that wasn't on a teleprompter and you just made a random joke, and I wasn't in G.I. Jane 1, so where you came out with the correlation, and G.I. Jane is a movie from like the 90s.
Correct.
All of this is old and stale, so you are choosing to target me. So if my husband comes up there and gives you a little smack after he sees I'm upset, I think he deserved a little smack.
That's a tiny one.
Straight in my lapel. Yes, it was a tiny fucking smack. If we gonna be real, Will Smith is what, 6'4"?
Yeah.
6'5". Probably, if you're that height, maybe 200, 210 if you light in the ass. Chris Rock is probably my height at most.
He's a little bit taller than you are, but I think he's like 5'10", 5'11"-ish.
He ain't over 170.
Correct, Mundo, about that.
If Will wanted to really do damage to him, he could have. It was a, you not gonna do that, cut it out.
Oh, I mean, well,
I watched Nipsey Hussle give a valet nigga some straightening at the BET Awards. Y'all remember he hopped out the car, smacked that nigga right in the face. You not about to play with me. Sometimes you just
need that little the spanking, but it needs to be on the face.
Why did Nipsey Hussle slap that guy?
Because he was trying to get out of his car and go into the venue. And this guy was acting like he didn't know who he was, wasn't going to let him in, was trying to make him move his car, and just refusing to allow him. And Nipsey has all of the things that he needs to say, like, nah, I'm supposed to be in there. And dude is just not trying to hear it and just being a dick. So Nipsey just gave him a smack.
You don't just have the right to run around smacking people.
people talk about the right to do things a lot, and that's a very loaded statement. I have the right to do anything I want to do.
All right.
Consequences to what
all right. So that means you've accepted all the consequences.
Yeah.
And yeah. Cool.
I didn't say Chris Rock couldn't sue Will. I just said that if we're going to play lawyer games, then we can both play lawyer games, and that'll probably just become more complicated. And realistically, cost us more in our time than it's worth.
I mean, Will Smith has already lost a lot on this because he's probably not going to be, as it stands, he might not be able to keep the Oscar. He's already stepped out of the Academy. He might not be able to, he's no longer a part of said union. He might not be able to work any of those given jobs. Like the money flow. I mean, I don't personally think that he should lose that much from it. Like him getting expelled from the Academy when there are other people who did worse things at that on that very same stage, to the point where it's just like if y'all are gonna kick John Wayne out, then you probably shouldn't kick him out. Should there be some type of fine or some type of actions that are taken to do something like that? I mean, Chris Rock said, whatever, we just gonna let this slide. Will apologized. And now some people are more so blowing this a lot more out of proportion than anything else, because it's just like, all right, is it a big deal? Maybe. Like, should he have ran up there and smacked him? No. And for the most part, it don't even look like, the funny thing about it is, like, it's not like he was out of control in this or anything like that. But it's also, I also say, like, I don't know. But then Jada's on the record saying she doesn't care about anybody else caring about her hair. Like, it's just all weird and odd, because it's just like her saying, I don't care if anybody sees my hair is bald. Well, obviously you do.
Yeah, she also has been very open with her insecurities about it. So sure, we can say that, but she's had her own show where she's been open about her insecurities. Very recently, she talked about Willow convincing her to shave her head bald and to just like let her hair go and adjusting to that. And it's probably easier to just say, hey, I don't have an insecurity about this to the public than to say, yeah, I'm really insecure about this to millions of people and allow them to know something that they can say to hurt me. Why would I just give millions of strangers that ammunition? That don't make sense.
True. But I mean, now everybody also knows that it's open season. So at the end of the day, it's the same thing.
No, it wasn't.
Yeah, it was.
No, it's not. It's not the same thing as me opening myself up to this. This was an attack by somebody else. Y'all saw it affected me. And now you can choose to attack me of your own volition. But it's not me opening myself up to an attack. I was attacked and I responded. That's not me opening myself up to you saying just stand there, get hit in the face, and have no visible reaction. I'm sorry that I flinched backwards and like, damn, I got hit. Excuse me. So yeah, other people might know that if they hit me in the face, I'm going to flinch backwards and be like, damn, that was crazy. Was I not supposed to have any reaction to that? Like,
I mean, in general, with stuff like that, I don't necessarily react when people insult me, because it's ultimately a bunch of people who don't really know me, and I don't care what they think.
Will I don't think that's the same as having millions of people insult you. Like, I don't think that you've ever experienced that.
No, I've never experienced that, but pretty much when you move inside of a space where you definitely, how do I put this? When you trade on yourself publicly and you play on yourself in that type of way, you open yourself up for a lot more criticism, and people are just going to say things because people are jerks and
True, you're correct. So yes, the average fan is going to say something, but another nigga in the industry that probably is abreast of my situation and moves in the same affluent areas as I do isn't someone that I'm just going to be as readily accepting that level of disrespect as I would from the random innocuous people online. So yes, if someone online just came across my feed and said something crazy to me, I probably wouldn't have a reaction. But a nigga that I have some level of familiarity with, that I'm sitting in front of, now brings this up in front of all my other peers. It's a little bit different.
I can agree with that. I think the joke was told in bad taste because I didn't know she had alopecia. I thought she was just Jada fucking Smith cutting off all her hair. And
I don't keep track of everyone else's
right. So I don't really keep up with the celebrity circle. So when I found out she had alopecia, I'm like, yeah, that's kind of told in bad taste. But I also don't agree with Will Smith's actions.
I mean, people have been making jokes about people being bald for forever.
Right. It's not that uncommon because, like I said, Ricky Gervais come in the Oscars pretty often and insult and offend a whole bunch of people. And nobody really got up to do anything. But we're not talking about Ricky Gervais. We're talking about what Will Smith did in reaction to someone talking about his wife. I think it was an emotional reaction. Hell yeah. It was something that could have just waited, though. Because if he'd have kept going, then that's when I was like, all right, you kind of earned that one, Grace. But at the Oscars, that's what happened. You make fun of your peers. Like, it's not an uncommon thing to make fun of people in the audience. But it was told in bad taste because if she's sick, then yeah, maybe we would have thought about that a little bit differently. Because like I said, I don't watch them, so I can't compare to what somebody else have done before in the past. But if she was sick, they could have left that off the table. But maybe he was doing that shit off the cuff and he wasn't really being sensitive to it and turned it into a fucking roast.
I mean, does he know?
Well, right, that could be it.
Well,
maybe
they've had conversations before after the 2016 thing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, having conversations about that's a conversation about that. Do we have a conversation about this? Does he know?
That's a possibility.
I'll say this. Jada's been very public about it. That's one. Let me just finish those, Phil. So even if Chris in himself didn't see it across his timeline, Chris has a team. The Oscars have a team and people that I'm sure go through and vet jokes and make sure that nothing offensive is said. And so I'm quite sure that somebody there was aware of the situation. And so if he wasn't made abreast of that, that's a lack on their part and on their due diligence. It's not my job to go around and tell everybody that I have a medical condition that I'm uncomfortable with.
Nah, I don't agree with that. Only because now I have to. That's going into PC-ness, which I will not agree with for comedians. And for anybody really, but for comedians, when their job is to make people laugh, and if he said it off the cuff,
your job isn't to make us laugh right now. Your job is to parlay in between.
That's what the comedians do. The comedians that host it, they make you laugh.
You can't bring 3 comedians there and their entire
and then they don't say a joke. That's weird.
Not what I said. I didn't say that they weren't saying jokes. I said that their job that night is to host and parlay from one award to the next and keep the crowd engaged. However they choose to do that is how they choose to master their craft. Some don't choose to heckle and shit on the audience. Some do. But that's all in what you choose to do. Mm-hmm. So you made this decision. So I'm not giving you a pass. We can go to the fact that I also feel a way that how can I articulate this? That Chris Rock doesn't seem to know better enough not to target Black women or Black people, or that there is a level of care that should be afforded?
So I mean,
if we're always saying protect Black women, when is it not a fucking hashtag and a slogan and a real action? Protecting Black women isn't targeting their illness and then potentially affecting their mental health.
So we shouldn't. So I mean, you're saying we should like walk the walk and talk the talk for most of the things. We should.
But I never heard that from Chris Rock's mouth. I don't think he's ever been
movie dedicated to Black women's hair, talking about their struggle and how you can identify with that because your daughter went through that. So you do know.
Not on the scale of
you made this movie to protect your daughter and to show her that Black hair is important. So if you can wrap your fucking brand around that, how is it so far? Unless it's something personal.
Yeah.
This isn't about jokes. It's personal. And that's my issue. It's like, sure, comedies can be comedic at all times. But what you're doing is using the label of being a comedic or a comedian to be malicious towards somebody that you have an issue with.
That could be said, yeah. If I don't know what's going on between them personally, if they had beef, then yes, that looks terrible.
Oh, I didn't know about the Black Oscars thing necessarily until Tony said something.
Right.
But
I didn't know that they had beef for real. If they do, you know.
I wouldn't necessarily even describe that as beef, but whatever beef that you.
If I have a level of uncomfortability with you because you've said something about my wife before, she didn't broach you. We're doing this in solidarity with other Blacks who feel like we're not represented in the way that we should be in the Oscars. You take a shot at her. With her response is because they asked her about it, and she didn't shoot back at Chris. What she said is, some people are going to say things like that. It comes with the territory. We're focused on the bigger things that we're trying to work on here. Very classy. Didn't shit on you when they gave me the opportunity. So we come years later and you shoot at me again and I'm just supposed to sit here and take it?
Mm.
So yeah, I can agree. Maybe it was a little rash to get up there and smack the nigga in his mouth. Probably should have did it off camera because then no one would be talking about it and you still could have got the smack off. Because I think he deserved the smack. I just don't want it to have to been on camera because then that's all that people are focusing on. But no, Chris Rock deserved a smack. You're not going to play with my wife's name, especially her mental health. And regardless of whether I chuckled at it or not, I see how it affected her. And if my wife is hurt and I've already expressed how I felt about me and my mother's relationship and not being there for her when she was being abused by my father, I'm going to just watch it happen to her? No.
I don't think it's anybody's responsibility to, if we're expecting this level of nuance from one person.
I'm not. What I'm saying is you can do what you want to do, but you don't get to dictate how other people respond because you don't know what the fuck is going on the other person's end.
Oh, I mean, so, I'm not dictating the way they respond.
No, that's what y'all said. Oh, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah. Well, no.
You can't do this.
You can't.
You can't hit people. That's what you told me. You said,
you can't just run around hitting people. No, you can't.
No, you can't dictate my response to your behavior. You might not want me to go around hitting people. You might be able to sue me because I hit you. But you don't get to dictate my response to your behavior. So if you don't want to consider your behavior, that's cool.
But at the end of the day, Will Smith is being punished in this. So
I'm not saying that he wasn't going to be punished. I just don't think that it was wrong in what he did. And I also think that can't say defend Black women and then also be like, well, I can't believe he did this. Well, all right, so when do we defend Black women?
I mean,
niggas don't do
what
it.
What does defending Black women mean?
It's a concept that niggas like to champion, but they don't really do it.
It means when I know someone is violating her, I go and correct them. And if I've spoken to them before and clearly that didn't mean anything, and then speaking to you again isn't going to net me anything that the last conversation did.
Because I've seen a breadth of responses on this from Black women to yes, that's fine, to no, he shouldn't have done that.
Yeah, no,
I'm not saying that black women are a monolith, my nigga.
Well, no, I'm not saying they're monolithic either.
So yes,
but
you're
at
going
that
to
point,
get
it's
a
just
wide
like
chasm of opinion.
So it's like, in terms of like, so what do we do?
Right.
Like, how do we make this an actionable thing?
That's true. I understand what he was saying. Like, if it's really about that life, about protecting black women, why are not all black women enraged about it?
Like, I'm not even saying that every single black woman, like, how do as we as black men put forth action, and how do we take action upon this slight? Do we just not ad nauseum fuck with Chris Rock? Do we stop buying all of his shit? Do we stop doing all of those things?
No, niggas won't do that.
I don't think that has anything to do with us. I think that was Will Smith protecting his black woman in moment. Regardless of whether y'all think it was right or wrong or how he did it, that's what he was doing. And so what it looks like is responding to the disrespect of your woman instead of standing there and just allowing it to happen. And maybe you can go up there and articulate yourself and have a conversation with him or pull him to the side later, and you can do it in a better way and not as emotional as Will did, but it looks like action. And
I mean, I guess you're saying some action is better than none?
Yes.
I mean,
if niggas just always gonna say protect black women and then continue to watch black women be downtrodden, abused, and beat.
No, I'm not saying beat.
What are we doing?
I mean, if someone's beating on someone else, yes, I'm going to respond with force.
No, and when I say downtrodden and beat, I just mean verbally, mentally, and all that. And see, so you only take it. And so I'm not saying that it has to be forced. I'm saying that you have to do something.
I'm not going to allow anybody to speak down.
I'm saying that niggas don't do
anyone.
anything. Saying niggas watch women be disrespected, degraded, and all kinds of things and say nothing. That's what I'm saying. And you keep saying you. I'm speaking to a general people. So
I mean, we as niggas don't necessarily treat black women well.
Oh, right. We got it.
So it's just like,
and that's why I don't have a problem with him slapping Chris Rock in the mouth, because that was another nigga not treating a black woman well.
Mm-hmm.
And so, yeah, we got to chastise us as well. It's not just whites, my nigga. I never once made this a race thing. Treat black women, protect black women, period. That's it.
I mean,
and it's not a race specific. Anybody can get it who's not doing that.
I mean, as of this point, I can just say, I mean, what they did there undermined the thing that they did in 2016.
Right, because they weren't showing him solidarity in there. It was just like, well, you've disrespected my wife. And I get it, but we're not supposed to tear each other down, but he was justified in smacking this dude. I mean, or maybe he didn't think about, even if, like, I get it, emotionality.
Yeah, because I don't look at Chris Rock as on our side. You allowed Louis C.K. to nigger all around you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, no, I don't never think
like
that Chris
was
Rock
a wonderful thing to do. And it had to be Jerry Seinfeld to be the one to come up and say, I don't find the humor in this, nor do I seek it. And for a white person to have to, like, convey that message, and really, if you think about it, that's deep. I don't find the humor, and I'm not looking to find the humor in it. But you, he's cool. You can say, nigga, nah, you got to cut that out. So I already don't look at Chris Rock as somebody who is going to be aligned with anything that we're doing. So no, me smacking you in the mouth is because I know that you're not with us.
Yeah, but
You've shown that you aren't.
But the way they always present how black people should be together is no matter where you are and what you do, we should all stand together.
And that's a lie.
Fuck you. No, I agree with you. I don't think Chris Rock has ever been an ally in that arena. I've never seen that, because somebody pointed it out. The famous bit that he do is there's black people and there's niggas trying to separate us into these different caveats. Like one is on a lower rung than the other one. So if you think about it, he ain't never really been about that message. Not 100%. He'll capitalize off of it for sure and make his laughs and make his money off of it, because that's what he knows to do. But everything he do is just, it don't never put us in the greatest light sometimes. So yeah, he never really been on that type of time where.
But I feel like Chris Rock agrees that everybody can get an ass whooping, because he has a bit where he said that everybody talks about you don't hit women. It's like, women can get hit, but you shouldn't.
Mm-hmm.
Teachers can get hit, but you shouldn't.
I mean,
anybody can warrant an ass whooping. Is the point. Whether you should or you shouldn't is up for a completely different conversation. But you all can get one. It could all be warranted.
But that's the thing. Chris Rock isn't the person who is actually the most outraged about this.
Oh no, he's not.
He's just like, you know what? I'm gonna deal with it. At some point, there's gonna be a very funny bit about this. But I'm not going to talk about it.
That's why I started this off with the white people got to shut the fuck up, because it's the white people that are upset. No, I know who's upset and who needs to shut the fuck up. This ain't got nothing to do with y'all. This ain't none of y'all business. This is two extremely wealthy black people had a dispute and have decided to handle that in their inner circle amongst them and their other wealthy black friends.
I never saw it that way.
Shut the fuck up, everybody else.
Oh,
but everybody else
Samuel Jackson was the mediator inside of all that. It's just like, we're going to handle this somewhere else.
Samuel, P. Diddy, Tyler Perry, and Denzel Washington.
It's just like, hey, get your asses over there.
At least they did that. At least it wasn't just this man up there on his own. I did agree with that part, like
Samuel
about them
Jackson
coming
was
up
there,
and being like,
he was there for the life, right? He was there for he was there for his Lifetime Achievement Award.
Oh, Samuel Jackson?
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So it's just like, y'all out here fucking up my night.
Yeah, like that
and Tyler Perry is just like, y'all are both too important in terms of community wise to be out here doing this all out in the public.
I do agree that it's subtracted from the night. And when I first heard of it, I'm like, this gotta be a ploy. Like this, because I don't think the Oscars is as once popular as it once was. So I'm like, this gotta be a rating thing.
That this happened.
Yeah, because maybe
this is the most the Oscars have been spoken about.
We can't even talk about who won the Oscars.
It don't matter. You want to know why? Because everybody's hashtagging Oscars. So what y'all are doing is getting these clicks. So y'all impressions are up.
Yeah.
So y'all dollars up. So y'all marketing budget is up, because niggas want to advertise because they know that the Oscars is up right now. So y'all should shut the fuck up and be grateful.
But
look what black conflict can do for y'all. Just a little black kerfuffle.
No, I don't want people capitalizing off of black people's conflict.
Yeah, because it's always seemed like they capitalize off of our pain rather than anything else.
Look at this giant ass goon who's never raised a hand to anybody.
Y'all do it all the time. If y'all gonna continue to do it, at least y'all could do it and let this nigga ride. Like, he making y'all millions. Shut up.
I don't. I think Will Smith to lose his Oscar or anything like that?
I don't think he's going to lose his Oscar.
I mean, he's already.
I don't think so.
I mean, he's already out of the Academy, so that means he's not even eligible. Well, no, he's not eligible to win one if he's not in the Academy.
He won this one.
No, but they could strip it away just based off of that. It's like, oh, you're not a member of the Academy anyway, so that means we'll strip it based off of that. Bing, bang, boom.
He won an Oscar?
Like I said.
Yeah, because he literally whooped back up 20 minutes later.
They're not going to take his Oscar.
There's already discussions about doing it.
Ain't that his first Oscar?
I know.
That's his first Oscar.
I know what you're saying.
I don't think so.
And I stand on what I said.
No two-time Oscar in there.
What they're gonna do? I don't know what they're gonna do.
I don't think they're gonna take his Oscar.
Do you know who gets to determine that? The traumatized white people.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
And Whoopi Goldberg.
And
she already said she don't feel like they're gonna take his thing, and she's a part of the committee board.
Yeah, there's a lot of people who are part.
True, but I feel like she was speaking from the sentiment of them.
I don't know. It's like Whoopi Goldberg's only one person. Now, was he speaking from the general pulse that she felt around the other thing?
That's crazy.
Cool. But it's either that or they could be. But you never know what happens when a bunch of rich white people start calling other rich white people. Because there are already some rich white people who are jealous because they didn't win that Oscar.
Also, one other thing. It's a fucking trophy.
Oh.
And me losing a trophy or protecting my black wife. Fuck the trophy.
I'm not saying
protect the black woman. No, it's just the Oscar. And
all right, then we don't care if he keeps his Oscar.
That is his first Oscar win. He won some other awards, but this was actually his first.
Yeah,
that's a big fucking deal, and now it's overshadowed by that shit. Because I would have never known that this nigga never won an Oscar. I didn't even know he won one that night. I knew the Academy thing.
He won one for Best Picture for.
But now, like, this is gonna be associated with that for the rest of your life. I'm not saying he ain't okay with that, but damn, dude, you won an Oscar, but this is what you're gonna be remembered for? What? That's crazy.
I mean, you could say what he's technically remembered for the better thing, but
he's not going to be remembered for that because his legacy is long and vast, and so there's going to be lots of things that he's remembered for. So this is just going to be another note in the long story of Will Smith. So it's not that big of a fucking deal that, all right, I won the Oscar and y'all took it from me, but what I know is I won that bitch. Y'all can't take away the fact that y'all gave that bitch to me. Y'all said, you know who did that year? That nigga. So yeah, y'all mad and took the trinket. I don't care about what y'all do retroactively after you've already decided I was the best. What you're now doing is making yourselves feel better because I did something that makes you upset. That's cool because what you told me is I was the greatest, and now you're like, you were the greatest, but you didn't behave in the way that I thought you should. So now I'm gonna pick a new greatest.
It's arbitrary as fuck. All right.
Yeah, I mean,
I can see that.
Yeah, like that's what y'all are saying.
It really just depends what. It depends upon what the point of the Oscar actually is. Is it to say you're the greatest? Is it a career boon? Is it what?
I'm touted as one of the best actors. Period. So it's not going to be that big of a career boon for me in terms of legacy and things like that. In terms of like personal achievement, it's something that I wanted to do. And that's something that y'all can't take away from me, even if you take it away inside of your own world, because what really happened is on that night, y'all gave me that. I won that. Y'all opened the card. Y'all said Will Smith. I came up. I gave my speech. I took that bitch home. Now y'all can come get this because what I know is I was that nigga. That's not going to change whether y'all rename somebody else that, because you know what they're not going to get? A whole nother fucking Oscar ceremony.
Well, it really just kind of depends upon the type of person that you are. If he's very similar to you, then yeah, that's great.
I feel like he was, if on the night that he got that award, he also made that decision.
Yeah, because he sat
niggas
there.
know that are winning, know they're winning shit when they go.
Really?
Most award shows are political.
Yeah, like I heard you got to do a whole bunch of like shucking and driving, no matter what race you are, to get an Oscar.
Generally, there's a campaign for an Oscar or a Grammy or whatever you're doing, and it's majority. Whether or not you win an Oscar is more so determined by the producers more so than the actual people, because majority of the people don't actually remember the movies. The people you remember the people who won the Oscar is not necessarily the thing that they won it for. Like there's a bunch of bullshit that nobody cares about that has won Oscars, like The Shape of Water and other bullshit like that.
Oh my God!
Because ultimately, like the Oscar hasn't really been about whoever the best actor is for quite some time.
Yeah, and so and I guess that's my thing. It's like, but he won it, so yes, you can take that away from me in physical sense. But what you can't take away is the fact that y'all acknowledge me as the best.
Yeah,
y'all can say y'all don't want to acknowledge me anymore. Okay, you can stop, but you did. I was that. I got that. Yeah, I gotta eat whatever else. Like, I don't know. I just don't think that niggas is real about protect black women and then.
I mean, that hashtag is for the most part always been about when it's convenient.
Yeah, when it's cute to show that.
Yeah.
But I've never heard that concept until like social media came about. Until you realize you on the other side of where's my protection, and don't nobody really show up for you. You be like, oh, I get it. It's just something to champion because someone is watching. It's
a nice little soundbite.
Yeah, they don't really do it because
it's the same thing as Black Lives Matter. It had some punch to it, but not everybody is really about that life when it comes down to it.
Yeah, it's not really something that people keep saying they want to do it, but then don't really do it. It's just not something that black people really want to do. It just sound really cute and it make you feel good. But nah, black niggas don't be checking back women. And black, I don't know if it's in terms of physicality, they don't do it for women. And in terms of whatever else, how women are supposed to protect black men, it don't happen that way either. So we don't really be out here protecting each other. It's just a fucking...
Yeah, no, it's just a free-for-all, honestly. So, no, I can definitely understand because people be like, oh, we got to protect our black men and shit like that. Especially like during this when it was protect black women. There was a lot of like, oh, you got to protect black men and all this other shit. And like
an interesting concept that I was thinking about because Chris Rock was the person that said that where black men don't get any love is the women who are... and children who are most loved unconditionally, but a black man had to bring something to the table. And I had fought with that idea, that concept for a while. I'm like, dang, you right. But I'm like, who's supposed to be doing it? Whose job is it? Is it really black women's job or is it other black men's job to protect other black men? Because if you think about it, I can't really match a man on his physicality points to help protect him in that way. And I really can't. I can empathize with y'all, and I don't understand how y'all think logically and all, however it is that men think.
It's on black women to protect black men's vulnerabilities, and y'all do a shitty job of that.
What
do you mean?
Yeah, I don't know what you mean.
So let's say I do all the providing, or dude does all the providing and all of the things that he's supposed to do, but he has like insecurities about just certain like work and shit like that. He's probably not expressing those level of vulnerabilities to his other male friends.
True.
Women use those same vulnerabilities as attack points.
Yes, points of leverage and things in that nature.
That's not protecting a black man. So, no, we don't protect each other.
So you're saying black women have more emotional leverage points, whereas men have the actual physical leverage points?
Yep. Because generally the only people that black men open up to are their women. And then women be like, but suck that shit up and don't worry about it.
I mean,
all right.
Be a man is actually one of the more ubiquitous things that I hear single mothers tell their sons.
It's so toxic.
That's the more so.
Can I not be a person?
It's just like, quit quiet.
I feel things. I'm sorry that I feel things.
I am a boy.
I'll stop feeling shit. You're right. But that's what y'all teach us. And then when we're not emotionally equipped to deal with y'all emotions and we respond with everything with physical violence, people are confused. Well, when the fuck did we get taught how to deal with these emotions we have? No one wants to deal with them. We just got to provide. So I understand how there's a lack of protecting black women. I understand that there's a lack of protecting black men. But I also feel like somebody got to start somewhere. And I just appreciated seeing Will Smith take a step forward. Regardless of whether it was the cleanest step, if he didn't stumble a little bit, that nigga took some forward motion. And that's a lot more than most niggas do, so.
This is true.
I guess there's a step, whether or not it's the right step or the wrong step, or if it's a half step.
Yeah.
But it's a step.
Gotta do something.
This is true. Not me personally. I got out of the realm of thinking that someone should protect me that ain't me. So at this point, I get that people are emotionally stunted, but we just ain't got no patience for it no more. Like, I'll wait to be with somebody who understands, like, I have these emotions. I express them the best way I can, and it's not always cute, and it can get messy. But my overarching thing is to bring a level of love and respect to the situation. And if you're just not getting that from anybody, regardless of sex, then walk away.
I don't even know how to deal with something like that, because when I think about it, it's just like somebody has to, as a Mr. Fix-It, somebody got to go out here and, like, there has to be a course correction somewhere.
Yeah, and I got to come from within for real, because we already know people, you could get chastised so much and then don't do shit. So even if you had the actionable, even if you had the, what's that thing when you have proof of it? I don't know what the fuck, evidence. I don't know what I'm looking for. But even if you had that, at what point do you say, I'm elevating myself out of this because I already know the trap and the circle that can get caught up in to continue on this behavior that I keep initiating, regardless on who put it there or how much you didn't learn or didn't learn. When do you say I'm tired and I'm done and I really want to put forth the effort to someone teaching me a better way?
I mean, also, there's one thing I wanted to point out about this circumstance with Will Smith and Chris Rock. I think we put an overemphasis on these types of people to begin with.
Yeah, like honestly, they supposed to champion how we supposed to live our lives.
Honestly, Chris Rock, Will Smith, all these people, in the grand scheme of things, they don't actually matter in the... Like, they have a lot of money, so means they can affect things that way. But in terms of stuff like that, they don't, like... They can help with social overtures, but they're just like two people. They don't represent the totality of our race. And so I think we overemphasize people and we put these people up on pedestals to the point where they can't really make mistakes. Because Will Smith has, for the most part, admitted that I have made a mistake inside the way that we dealt with this.
Yeah.
And honestly, if Chris Rock lets it pass, I don't think I'm not the person who got slapped. So if the person who got slapped is like, you know what? Whatever. It's just like, because in the moment, if you look at Chris, he thought about hitting him as just like, you know what? Fuck it. It's not worth it. Is worst come to worst, it looks like two monkeys getting in a fist fight at the Oscars. I'm just going to take this L and let it go. Because, as a comedian, you have to have some proponency to someday, some joke that you say is going to upset somebody and you don't know how they're going to react to it. Right. And I don't think this is the wildest way that someone's reacted to a comedian's joke that they didn't like. I think I've heard wilder. You guys listen to more stand-up than I do.
I'm pretty sure there's another wild thing. I know people have stormed stages.
I do remember there being some guns brandied about and some other things.
I think Andrew Schultz talked about someone came on and like smacked him.
Yeah, it happened, obviously. But on this scale, I've never seen anything.
It's just the amount of how public it was and the audience that the Oscars gravitates to normally.
Yeah.
Because honestly, let's be real. Black people don't care about the fucking Oscars.
Turned that shit into the Source Awards that day.
It's just like...
I love the Source Awards.
So, for real.
This nigga got his foot in all the hip-hop information. I know you do. I know you like that, don't you?
I don't even understand what the fucking Source Awards are. It sounds like a toxic cesspit.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. To tune in and see what's going to happen.
It's over.
It's over.
The BET Awards. Oh, my God.
So the Hip Hop Source Awards was from a magazine where they used to give albums 5 mics. Getting 5 mics used to be like the thing. Like it was like being cemented in hip hop. Like 36 Chambers is a 5 mic album.
Of course it is.
But like other things that did get 5 mics are just like, and so people really cared about it. But so the Source had award ceremonies. So all of hip hop would go, and
well, that's a problem.
Fisticuffs and all kinds of things
all the time.
I think that's where Young Buck stabbed somebody.
You better give me these fucking 5 mics.
No, it wasn't about 5 mics. He stabbed somebody for 50 cents, which I feel like.
This nigga know how he know that? Yeah, so what happened was because
I stay inside of hip hop, so I love hip hop culture. Like that's why
clearly
I'm a hip hop.
What happened was it sounded like he said like he was right there with the mic. Like what happened, young?
I mean, if you consume as much hip hop culture as I do and are a part of it, like
he'd be like on July 3rd. That's how it all started.
You just got to know. Like,
I love it. I love it too. I love that you be like, hey, you know what happened on July 3rd? He really stopped him because 50 Cent that one time said, nigga, what? And this was before social media. That's how I know how committed he is. This is before niggas could go online and document shit. This nigga has documented his damn self.
Yeah, man.
I don't know.
Chef's kiss.
Do you think we should just get rid of like the entire Academy Award system to begin with? Because it's pretty much fucked. Like, I already don't like the Grammys.
Yeah, no, the Grammys is trash.
The Grammys are happening right now.
What?
The Grammys are happening right now.
Yeah, they are?
Mm-hmm.
That's interesting.
Oh, look.
I think it would eliminate the need to be competitive in that field, but then again...
No, I'm not saying get rid of... I think we should just unestablish that and make something new. Mm. Because, like, when I look at this at the macro, and then when someone pointed out... John Wayne literally yelled at a Native American actor who was telling people, who tried to use her speech to actually tell people how shittily Native Americans were treated. He's literally said, "Get off the fucking stage."
John Wayne?
Yes. So it's just like, you know, if you strip Will Smith of his, I want his gone too. And then you just end up with the slippery slope of anybody who, like, hell, why haven't we taken all of Harvey Weinstein's Oscars away? Like, why is this nigga still allowed to exist in all of these things?
Tyler, the Creator, won
Album of the Year,
Best Rap Album.
Motherfuckers.
Call Me If You Get Lost.
No. I hate Best Rap Album. That's like the ultimate fucking auxiliary. It's like, look at you. You're the best urban artist.
With your urban ass. Stay in the urban pool. Why don't you? It's just like,
my album is better produced than most of these fucking albums. I use more instruments on this than Taylor Swift uses on her songs.
The best R&B song was Leave the Door Open by Bruno Mars. And Anderson .Paak.
Damn, Tony about to stab somebody on that R&B board. It's just like, did the Silk Sonics win something?
The best R&B performance was
probably Anderson .Paak, and it wasn't Masego.
I'm so disappointed. It's Silk Sonic, Leave the Door Open, and Pick Up Your Feelings, Jasmine Sullivan. Why do we have two?
Because
maybe it's best male and best female. And they just put them under there. There's other awards that have been handed out, but I'm not reading them if I don't care about them. I'm going to be honest with you.
Best movie soundtrack.
I've been skipped that. Like, best game soundtrack. Like, I done skipped all kinds of things. Like,
they also just give out too many nowadays.
Yeah, like best subtle degree on fucking alt rock. Bitch, who makes this music?
Best crescendo.
Louis C.K. won best comedy album.
Who?
Louis C.K. Sincerely, Louis C.K.
I thought we were just talking about him running around
saying the N-word. Yeah, I mean,
I don't give a fuck about it. I mean,
I like his comedy. Yeah. I just don't think that Chris Rock should have been alive. Two things can be true.
True.
This is true.
You should not allow him to do that around you. You also tell pretty funny jokes.
Those things exist.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Anybody else I care about?
Louis still
Who's nominated for Album of the Year?
Nigga.
You ain't got there yet?
Look how long this list is.
It's really fucking long.
It's just
Album of the Year is like the very
forever.
last. Album of the Year is the very last thing that they announce.
Why don't y'all like the raspberry ones? That's the favorite part.
I love the raspberry ones.
No, you get the strawberry bastard. You left the strawberry ones behind. He's still pretty good.
Nah.
Nah.
No, it's not even that. I'm thinking about Tony said something about Mambas, and that literally led directly back to like, when was that Wednesday or Tuesday?
Probably Wednesday.
Ugh, the strawberry one nasty.
Thursday.
Okay, so
it was Thursday.
Well, I came over here to sit down and work on this, I do believe. Or something happened during the week. I sat down on Thursday and we were supposed to meet up on Wednesday. That didn't go the way it was supposed to. But anyway.
I think that's wrapping it up, right?
Are we done, Tony?
Yeah.
Okay. Done. Well, this has been another episode of Conscious Reconstruction. Like, comment, subscribe, do all of the things.
Ooh, he came in crispy with that one. That was smooth. I like that.
We will see you guys later.